I'm just wielding a knife like this. I just like to fling it around. Are you ready, babe? Danielle, you ready? You ready? Here comes the sausage. Hello friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make for you country gravy and biscuits. Now I say country gravy first because that's really the highlight of the show tonight. I don't always make biscuits from scratch. I have a recipe for it, but I think gravy can be a little intimidating at first to make it from scratch. But if you do it from scratch, you can really elevate it and make it your own and make it significantly better than like a store-bought pre-packaged or the powder mixture you get at whatever convenience store you go to. So I'm going to use some butter and flour to make a roux, and then I'm going to add milk to it and add some seasonings to it, some sausage to it. It's going to be incredible. On the side, I'll make some bacon and eggs. This is like a perfect breakfast you make on a Christmas Eve morning. So, 'tis the season. Let's make some biscuits and gravy. First step is I'm going to ground my pork sausage. Now you can do it with breakfast sausage. They have some really good sage sausages out there, breakfast sausages. I don't like maple sausage. I made that mistake once. Don't be like me, but let's brown our sausage. These scissors really are bullshit. So I've got sausage in. I'm going to choppity chop chop with this contraption here. I don't know what it's called other than a choppity chopper. There's some debate around, should you try to chop, not chop, but like separate your meat, get it into small pieces while it's raw or after it's cooked. I feel like a combination of both is best, but do what works for you. Choppity chop chop, choppity chop, So while your sausage is cooking, I like to preheat my oven, and then you can see I've lined a sheet pan with foil. Just makes it easier for cleanup. And then the instructions of your biscuits say to place biscuits sides touching on an ungreased cookie sheet. Well, I'm gonna grease it anyways because I like a crispy bottom, so fuck those guys. Crispy bottoms. To open these, it gives you instructions. Start here. Okay, good. I know what's gonna happen. Peeling away the way that it should. It's gonna pop on me. So it says, press with the spoon until the can pops. And I'm gonna use my thumbs. And even though I know what's about to happen, it still scares me. Easy does it. I'm so scared. That was anticlimactic. It did not pop. First time ever. So just gonna place these on here. By the way, if I didn't mention, these are Pillsbury Grand Southern Homestyle biscuits. Buttermilk, bitch. It had a little fart. It farted on me. Alright, so my sausage is nice and brown, all done. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull this out and leave as much oil as I can because I feel like that adds to the flavor. I'm just gonna set it aside on a plate. Get all the ground shit out of there, okay? Honestly, it's okay if you leave a little bit in there. It won't hurt the roux. It won't hurt the gravy. But get as much sausage out as you can. To make the roux, that's kind of the mixture you have to make in order to thicken your gravy. I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of butter, 3/4 cup of flour, and then just kind of brown it, and you want to bake off that flour flavor. Then we're going to add 5 cups of milk. Re-add our sausage, and then some more seasonings just to make it the way you like it. I mentioned we're going to put 5 cups of milk. That's going to be 5 cups of gravy. That's a lot. But who's ever upset at leftover gravy? Put it on your eggs the next day. Make some potatoes. Fucking eat it in a bowl. I've done that before. Who doesn't like leftover gravy? You're welcome. We're just going to melt this down. I've got a few bits of sausage in there, but that's fine. When it's all melted, I'm going to add my flour. Oh, it's popping. Relax. Get 3/4. Okay, let's just pop on me. 3/4 of a cup of flour. And then whisk that in. Fuck off. Start whisk that together. Uh-oh. I might need more butter. I might have fucked it up. Shit. Cut! So I'm gonna add, I had to add a little more butter. I may have put too much flour. I'll make sure that the recipe in the description matches the appropriate quantities, but I'm gonna pour in milk to my roux mixture. The important thing to remember is cold milk and hot roux equals a thick gravy. So I'm pouring in about a cup at a time. That was 2 cups. Fuck my asshole. To be honest, normally I add it all at once, but I watched a few videos. I was like, add it 1 cup at a time. Like, we'll do that today. And then I got my 2-cup measurement. Like, there's 2 cups, but it'll all work out. Just keep whisking it together. Your roux and your milk are gonna start to thicken up. You wanna get it to a nice simmer. Turn up my heat to a medium high. I'm just stirring. I'm gonna add another 2 cups. And I'm probably gonna add 2 more cups and then we'll be close to done. By the way, I broke my whisk. Biscuits are done. This gravy has thickened up quite nicely. You can see here it coats the back of the spoon pretty well. You gotta stay stirring it constantly, otherwise you get those kind of clumps that I got, and I maybe should have been a little more active, but those clumps don't impact the flavor at all. It's just a little texture issue, no problem. You won't notice it once the sausage is back in. The secret ingredient for my country gravy is a teaspoon of onion powder. And I learned that from a good friend who's behind the camera. And even though he records all this and produces and edits it, he can cook. Just a teaspoon onion powder. You can always add more salt. So I'm gonna add a teaspoon to start off with, add our sausage back, and then see where we're at. For me, I really like a peppery country gravy, so I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of pepper. Maybe a teaspoon and a half. Maybe a teaspoon and a half, I'm gonna adjust. We'll see. We're getting to our thickness point. Fuck off. Back in goes the sausage, and all that grease is deliciousness. Don't worry about it. Let these flavors get to know each other. Yeah, so right now it's a little thin for my taste. I'm probably gonna cook it down another 5, maybe 10 minutes. And let it thicken up a little bit, let those flavors meld. You'll need to taste it for your preferences of salt. At this point, if you had dry sage, I would add that in there, maybe some thyme. I don't have those right now on hand. That's just home cooking. You put what you want in there. I thought about using poultry seasoning, but that has rosemary, and I don't think I would like that in the breakfast. So this is the point you would add the rest of your seasonings and then just bring it to a simmer, and on a low simmer, let it cook for 5 to 10 minutes, and then your gravy's ready. So I'm finishing off my gravy, got my biscuits done. I'm making a little bit of bacon, some eggs, just real simple, over easy, and some olive oil in a nonstick pan. And remember, we talked about Christmas morning, maybe Christmas Eve. I'm gonna make a little apple cider, but I'm gonna elevate it with a little bit of orange zest, maybe some orange juice, some cinnamon in there, maybe some clove, just to bring the whole meal together. So I'm gonna make those. Like I said, gravy's almost done. I'm gonna show you the finished product in just a minute. All right, so I'm making my cider for Christmas morning, Christmas Eve, whatever you're doing. I put some cinnamon sticks in there, I think 3 or 4 whole clove, and some orange peel. And then I also added about a 1/4 cup of orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice. Then I just used the pre-packaged cider and boiled it together. Let those flavors get to know each other. It's gonna be delicious. Oh my goodness, that's nice. Beautiful. We did it, my friends. We've got this delicious homemade country gravy, a beautiful Christmas time breakfast. Let's see how we did. Just gonna scoop up a little bit there. That's really good. You can taste the onion, the pepper, the sausage. You can't ask for anything more. Oh, I need a little cup of Christmas cheer. Ah, It's so good. This shit is delicious. You're welcome. Yes. You know what they say. It's like women. Women don't fart. They just whisper in their panties. Biscuits are done. I might have fucked it up. Shit. Cut.